Okay, let's unpack this one. There's definitely a buzz building around a new smartphone, one that promises some serious bang for your buck. So today, we're taking a deep dive into all those early details. We're looking at the Xiaomi Redmi Note 19. And our info, well, it mainly comes from my Fusion Mobile. They've got a pretty comprehensive look at the specs, features, and even a price estimate for Singapore. Our mission here is basically to boil down all that early info, give you a shortcut, you know, help you figure out if this is a phone you should keep an eye on. We'll hit the key specs. Any surprises?
And it's interesting, the source lists it as announced and released in June 2025, but the status is still coming soon. So what we're really looking at are strong projections, like early hints of what Xiaomi's got planned. A sneak peek, basically.
Right, exactly. A sneak peek. So let's kick things off with availability and price. Like you said, it's coming soon. Expected announcement, expected release, June 2025. Now, the price. For Singapore, they're estimating around $300. Could go up to maybe $339.
hmm
And obviously, different versions like RAM and storage, that'll probably shift the final price a bit.
Yeah, and looking at that price, I mean, $300 to $339, that straight up positions it as a major player in that mid-range space, maybe even a disruptor. It really makes you ask, what features can they possibly cram in at that price?
That's the perfect question. Let's jump into the physical side, what it actually looks and feels like. The build is, well, it's listed as plastic on the front, but then a glass back. Gorilla Glass Victus, actually.
Victus on the back.
Yeah, and an aluminum frame. Plus, it's got an IP53 rating.
Okay, so dust and splash resistant, decent for everyday stuff, like getting caught in the rain, maybe.
Exactly. Bit of reassurance.
Yeah.
And the display, it's a 6.67-inch OLED, capacitive touchscreen, 1080 by 2400 pixels, and get this, 68 billion colors.
Wow. And the source's own ratings seem to back that up. They give the design a 9 out of 10. Solid. And the display an 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. That Gorilla Glass Victus, though, that's usually on pricier phones. That's a nice touch for durability.
Totally. So for daily use, you're getting a big, probably very vibrant OLED screen, good for videos, browsing,
Yeah.
and a build that sounds like it can handle, normal life. Seems like a good start. But what about the engine? Under the hood, it's running Android 14. And the chip is the MediaTek Dimensity 8300 Ultra, a 4-nanometer chip.
Right. 4 nanometer. That points to good efficiency, good power. But here's something interesting in the details. The summary mentions 12 or even 16 gigs of RAM, which is huge.
Yeah, wow.
But then the detailed specs list 8 gigs of RAM with 128 or 256 gigs of storage. So there's a bit of a mismatch there.
Okay.
Pretty common with these early leaks, different versions planned maybe, or details not quite finalized.
Good catch. Something to watch out for when it actually launches then.
Definitely. How much RAM you get makes a big difference for multitasking.
Okay, what about staying connected? It's got 5G, naturally, plus the usual 2G, 3G, 4G. Wi-Fi is 802.11 EBNAC,
Yeah.
dual band, Wi-Fi direct, hotspot capable, all the usual stuff. Bluetooth 5.1, GPS with AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo, BDS. So good navigation support, and NFC's in there too.
Yeah.
No FM radio listed though, or an infrared port, which Xiaomi sometimes includes.
Okay. But look at the expert ratings again. Performance gets a 9 out of 10. Connectivity also a 9 out of 10. So combined with that 4 mm chip and the 5G, it really suggests Xiaomi is aiming for speed and a smooth experience, not just good enough, which is like super important if you need things fast or you're juggling a lot of apps.
Absolutely. Okay, let's pivot to cameras. Always a big deal. The main camera is a triple setup. You've got a 64 megapixel primary lens, then an 8 megapixel and a 2 megapixel alongside it. Features look standard, LED flash, HDR, panorama, but the video, this is kind of wild. It supports 4K. Okay, expected. But at loads of frame rates, 24, 30, 60, 120, 240, even 960 FPS.
1060 in 4K.
Let me double check. Okay, 4K up to 60 FPS. The really high frame rates, like 960 FPS and even 1920 FPS, are at 720p. Still pretty impressive slow-mo capability, though.
Okay, that makes more sense. Still, 1920 PBs is serious slow motion, and it has gyro IS stabilization too.
Yep, gyro ES included. And the selfie camera, it's a single 16 megapixel lens. HDR, panorama features, does 1080p video at 30 FPS.
And the source rated the camera system a 9 out of 10 overall. So putting that together with the 4K video, the high frame rates, it definitely feels like they're pushing the media creation side of things. It suggests this isn't just for point and shoot. It could be a decent tool for someone creating content.
Yeah, seems like it. Okay, nearly there. Powering all this, the battery. It's expected to have a 5500 milliwatt LiPo battery, and it supports fast charging, though the exact wattage isn't specified in this early info.
That 5500 milli capacity is pretty hefty. And the source gives the battery a 9 out of 10 rating. That's a big selling point. For anyone who needs their phone to last all day, I mean, that size plus fast charging, that's aiming for real endurance. Peace of mind.
Definitely. And sensors. You got a fingerprint sensor, it's under the display, optical type, plus accelerometer, proximity, gyro, compass, the usual suspects. And here's another thing. The source also rated features and usability, both 9 out of 10.
So they expect it to be well-rounded, easy to use, not just good specs on paper.
Exactly. Suggests a polished experience overall. So let's try and wrap this up. Key takeaways for you. The Xiaomi Redmi Note 19, well, it's shaping up to be a really interesting upcoming phone. It looks set to deliver a strong package, that OLED screen, the capable cameras, especially for video, that powerful Dimensity chip, big battery, and all supposedly at a really competitive price, at least based on that Singapore estimate.
Yeah, and remembering it's still coming soon, this early info paints a picture of Xiaomi sticking to their playbook, offering really compelling tech at prices that make you look twice. It sort of forces us to reconsider what a mid-range phone even means anymore, right? If you can get features like these without breaking the bank.
That's a great point, at least to the final thought, really. Looking at all this, what features in a new phone grab your attention the most? And how do you think phones like this potential Redmi Note 19 might keep changing our expectations of value and performance in the